The young man actually built a house off the water, and the reason he did this is that ever since moving into his new home, he has always been creating some strange things, which has cost him dearly. He and his girlfriend were even kicked out by the landlord. As a result, he plans to build a new house off the water. Not only will there be a soccer field here, but also a water slide and a game room. If everything goes smoothly, he will be able to live here as he pleases, without worrying about being kicked out again. Without further delay, he must hurry to start the action. So he found his unprofessional professional builder, Huang Mao, to invite him to help with the construction. Unexpectedly, he was accidentally flipped into the river by Huang Mao, and he finally knew what it felt like to be a drenched chicken. The two plan to first build 3 such floating platforms to make it larger, and it looks quite good. Next, they want to add a second floor, and also build a slide, swimming pool, and a soccer field. However, Gu Dan says he only has 5 hours to build. Regarding this, Huang Mao doesn't seem worried. The two of them get to work immediately. A decorator who can't decorate could never be an excellent challenge blogger. Soon, like assembling building blocks, a perfect framework comes into view. On the other side, when the girlfriend returns home, she finds the door covered with seals. However, this doesn't affect Hannah at all. When she enters the room, it's really hard to believe what happened here before. All the household items are gone. Meanwhile, the floating house has also made significant progress. Looking at what is about to become his new home, Gu Dan is quite happy, but unexpectedly during the subsequent construction process, the hammer accidentally fell into the river. To avoid delaying the construction progress, Gu Dan actually jumped in directly. After much effort, they finally found the hammer and quickly completed the roof, even leaving an opening in advance. Then they continued their construction work. Standing on it even gave them the urge to fly. The feeling was truly exhilarating. Afterwards, they split up, with Gu Dan going to a large shopping mall to pick out some construction items, while Huang Mao stayed at the construction site to continue building the house on the water. Gu Dan didn't hesitate at all, taking everything he liked back home, and soon he had a whole carload of supplies. Meanwhile, Huang Mao quickly completed the construction of the water slide, and even had Gu Dan test it himself. Fortunately, it was built solidly enough, or an accident would have been a real accident. Then, using their not-so-skilled painting skills, they painted the entire room and laid down the carpet, making the whole room look completely new. Finally, Huang Mao cut out 2 windows to make the interior brighter. However, after all this work, they had only finished the exterior, and the inside wasn't even equipped with the necessary items. So, Gu Dan had a sudden idea and went to Xiao Shuai's house, planning to move everything he might need back to his floating house. Taking advantage of his good friend not being home, the two of them started a frenzy of moving, which was just like shopping at a supermarket. As soon as they got home, they started to set things up, which is exactly what they excel at. In just a few minutes, the entire room was arranged. How many people would like a room like this? Afterward, Huang Mao built a diving platform outside. Although it looked dangerous, it was actually not safe at all. Fortunately, the height was limited. Otherwise, Gu Dan wouldn't know if he could see the sun again tomorrow. Back inside, Gu Dan sent messages to a few of his good friends, inviting them to come to his floating house to hang out. Soon, Xiao Mei arrived with a goal and some turf, thinking it would be perfect to set up a water soccer field here. After a simple setup, the water soccer field quickly came into view, but just standing there was very difficult, let alone playing soccer. Then the two even staged a classic water basketball battle. Next, Xiao Shuai also arrived, and upon seeing everything here, he immediately felt a sense of deja vu. Faced with his questioning, Gu Dan had to admit his actions, which greatly surprised Xiao Shuai. However, the house built by the two is quite impressive, and it even brought some skateboards for Gu Dan. Skateboarding on water is quite a unique experience. Then Taeju surprisingly brought a huge trampoline for Gu Dan, who never imagined enjoying trampoline fun on water. When Taeju entered the room, he was instantly amazed by the scene before him, and gave the water house a very high evaluation. On the other side, his girlfriend searched everywhere, but couldn't find any trace of Gu Dan, so she had no choice but to call each of Gu Dan's good friends. Kind-hearted Xiao Mei told Hannah everything she knew, and Hannah was extremely shocked upon hearing it, then quickly rushed to the seaside. Meanwhile, Gu Dan found a jet ski and planned to tow the floating house for an adventure. However, there was no surprise at all. As soon as she reached the shore, Hannah immediately spotted Gu Dan's floating house. To catch up with her boyfriend quickly, Hannah decisively got a paddleboard to chase after them. Unexpectedly, just as Gu Dan and his friend were having a wild time, Hannah also arrived there. Faced with his girlfriend's questioning, Gu Dan had no choice but to admit his actions, and even invited her to experience his new home. Hannah was once again shocked by Gu Dan's crazy actions. Gu Dan, with his smooth talking, managed to appease his girlfriend, and the two were about to spend a wonderful night together in this floating house. 就算一般3 gen 都會一件嘢3